Today, we're going to build a Republic gunship using 25 Lego pieces.
These are all the pieces you are going to need. In the description of this video, I left the piece names, count, and design IDs.
Today, we're going to build the Republic gunship from the 2022 Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. And I just love this design and had to share it with you guys in case you didn't get the calendar for yourself. This way you can still build it. And the reason I thought this was such a great build was this piece right here. This 1x2x2 window piece with the flat ends. This is what the whole mall is built around. I just thought it was like genius. So this hole is where the clone troopers and the Jedi pile into so they can be dropped off into the middle of combat. And so we're building the whole ship around this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this window on its side, and these side studs here, the two studs, I'm going to grab a 65 2x1x2 slope piece, and I'm going to put that slope piece onto those studs so it's sloping from the top down to the bottom, and that way we're going to kind of create the nose of our gunship. And then on this front stud, I'm going to grab a 1x1 tile with clip in this lime green color to kind of get those colors of the Republic gunship. What I want to do is when I put that clip on, I want to make sure the handles of those clips are on the top and bottom of my gunship, so I can grab this bucket handle and put that bucket handle into the clip and be the forward cannons of my gunship. Because if you're going to be a gunship, you got to have guns. So now that the front is done, I'm going to build the back. And this is where Lego had to get kind of creative in how to build this ship around a window piece. And to do that, we're going to get a 1x1, 1x2 inverted bracket piece. And what I'm going to do with that inverted bracket piece is I'm going to grab that kind of that inside stud on the 1x1 plate and put it on the top back of my window piece like this. And now that gives me two studs on the top of my gunship. And now I need to make this a little flatter and smoother. So I'm going to get that gap and fill it in with a 1x1 plate in white. Now it's nice and smooth. And once I've got that smooth end, I can grab this 45 2x1 slope piece. And what I want to do is I want to put this so that the thin end is on the bottom and it slopes up to the top. And now I still need to kind of finish off that back end. And to finish off that back end, I'm going to grab a 1x1, 1x1 bracket plate and put it on the back stud of these top studs I have now, facing the back. So we're kind of putting it on the back stud, facing back. And I still need to extend it out a little bit. So I'm going to grab a 1x1 plate and put that onto the bracket plate like this. And now, to finish off the end, I'm going to grab this cheese wedge slope. And what I want to do with that cheese wedge slope is I want to put the thin end on top and have it sloping down to the bottom. And now, if there is one complaint I have about this design is that there's a small gap here between this top and bottom slope. But it's very small. In a micro scale, I'm still very impressed with this build, so I'm going to forgive that little tiny gap there, even though it's not solid. But now we get to continue the top and the wings. And what I'm going to do for the wings is grab this 1x1 plate with bar handles on both ends. And I'm going to put that plate, we got that little plate with bar handle, onto the last stud from that bracket plate I got on top, so this is nice and smooth. And now on top of these two studs, the bracket plate and the handle plate, I'm going to grab a 1x2 plate with bar handle on end and just put it so that those studs are connected and this handle is facing forward. Now that's going to kind of secure this in place so it doesn't move as I build the wings to my gunship. And to build the wings, I'm going to grab two of these 1x2 plates with side clip. And I'm going to put those clips onto the handles like this, both the left and the right. And once those are on, I'm going to grab this 4x2 wedge plate. And what I want to do with this 4x2 wedge plate is I want the flat end to actually be in the front of my gunship, the bigger flared end near the center, and the thin end in the back. So flat and then slopes in the back. And on the side of that wedge plate, I'm going to grab a 1x1 translucent tile piece, round, to kind of do the bubbles on the end wings where the gunners are. So that's going to be like the bubble of the gunners use. And same thing, got my wedge plate, flat end in the front, sloped fat end near the center, thin in the end. Get my gunner bubble here with my 1x1 round translucent clear tile, which almost ran off the table, but thanks to my lightning reflexes, I caught. Okay, not so we're lightning. But anyway, here we go. Here's my wing. And now I'm going to build the cockpit. And for the cockpit, I'm going to grab this 1x2 plate with clips. So we've got 3 of these in this. And just attach it to that front bar handle. And now I'm going to grab a 1x2 plate piece in translucent clear. And I'm not going to put this all the way on that plate with handle. Instead, I'm going to take the back of this 1x2 plate and put on the front stud of my 1x2 plate with handle like this. So it's just hanging over a little bit. And the reason I do that is I'm going to grab a 1x1 plate in like this Republic red, because you got to get the Republic colors in our clone gunship here, and just put that underneath the 1x2 translucent clear. So now it's nice and smooth. And once that's done, just fold it down. I've got the front of my gunship, and all I've left are the wings, or the engines of the gunship. And to do the engines, I'm going to grab 2 of these 1x1 plates with clip on the side and put them on the inside studs facing the center. So we're doing that with 1 and 2. Now, as you notice, like as I was doing this, this fell off, but I can easily just snap that back in. There's the studs, snap them back. So if it happens to you, easily put back in place. So once those clips are in there, I grab these 4H antennas pieces, and I'm gonna put the studs, the thicker ends, in the back. So it's gonna look like the engine. So I just clip those onto my clips. Got my bar, my antenna pieces into the clip. Make sure they're the same distance, they're facing the right way. And here is my completed Republic gunship, ready to drop some clone troopers and Jedi off into the clone wars against those pesky separatists.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.